ene agriculture ade a eboa oman bia into obehwe ahyemukena sedebe ya yaman Ghana agriculture no ebetimi aboa ama economy no etimi afa ne tuma prefra ensem we ne ensem ahodo ene ede besomo no si akase ebo ya yesom adwumre eyeme Kwame Owusu Ediomemene
ohene wa kase bo ahene
afa yen konsem ni mu Ghana Mampanyi His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ene wakasa achemu se abra obontoa no ohye Ghana for bo say 24-hour economy or the beba said the bear or my Ghana you bet me ahwe aboa na afen production na so my no said bet me aye adwuma dane dan nyina na o my ni sikasem etimi agina yie no obetimi ahwe ama na etimi abaso eno ene ka ho bi ema NDC amonyoko no e de friend 24-hour economy e de buy na nei Ghana Mampanyi akasa achem se boso ebesimi ne da edikan se adwumadi e hyase.
These interventions are not promises, they are policy realities designed to make Ghana's horticulture investment ready, inclusive, and globally competitive. We're also implementing a game-changing strategy, the 24-hour economy initiative, to unlock Ghana's productive potential across all sectors. And I'm pleased to announce that on July 1st, the 24-hour initiative policy will be ready to go into operation. This policy will provide the framework for continuous production, processing, and logistics in horticulture. It allows perishable goods like pineapples, mangoes, chilies, and herbs to move swiftly from the field to ports to international shelves, minimizing losses and maximizing value. And I'm pleased to inform you that the Ministry of Trade and Agribusiness and Industry and the Ministry of Transport are working together with the Ghana Revenue Authority, the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, the Ghana Shippers Council, and other stakeholders to soon declare the Tema and Takoradi ports as 24-hour ports. It will not only be about working longer hours, it will be about building the infrastructure, the energy, the security, the transport, and the digital platforms that enable round-the-clock agro-industrial activity. It is a strategy of hope rooted in efficiency and scale.
Ghana Mampanyi His Excellency John Dramani Mahama dia to just na bind the best so begina kwa wonsem so said ye be your my Ghana sika sam tutuye no ebetimi ejina ne nanso Ghana Mampanyi His Excellency John Dramani Mahama what the sansem we gina to jadwabo kese course na due yi ewo enkrapompuni mantemo.
Agriculture, especially horticulture, is not an afterthought. It is central to our vision of national economic transformation and reconstruction. With year-round sunshine, fertile soils, waters, and hard-working farmers, Ghana is already a global leader in yam exports and a growing force in tropical fruits and vegetables. But potential must give way to performance. Hope must yield results. We must move from smallholder survival to value addition, international competitiveness, and youth-driven enterprise. If you've traveled across this country from Keita to Komenda, from Techiman to Tamale, you will have seen what I've seen. That is the silent labor of our farmers, cooperatives, our mothers hunched over tomato beds, and young people innovating with very little support. Yet, many cannot access cold storage or find fair markets, and a single field season can erase years, many years of effort. This is not merely a technical challenge, it is a moral imperative. And we must ask ourselves, can a nation prosper if the very hands that feed it remain its most neglected? Our answer today through this expo and our policies is a resounding no. In line with this renewed commitment, I'm pleased to reaffirm our government's flagship program, Feed Ghana, from 2025 to 2028, which operationalizes the broader agriculture for economic transformation agenda. Feed Ghana is a bold response to rural unemployment, food insecurity, and overdependence on imports. For the horticultural sector, this includes the Vegetable Development Project, which has been christened Yeridua We're Planting, to scale greenhouse cultivation and institutional competitive farming. The second is smart agriculture and farmer support centers to deliver mechanization services to farmers, irrigation, climate smart advisory, and digital extension services. The third is agri-industrial zones and cold chain infrastructure to reduce post-harvest losses and enhance export readiness. And the fourth is agribusiness youth clinics to equip the next generation of our young people with the skills, capital, and mentorship for agribusiness success.
Yeto akase ebo no so ana ekopiem e wo Supreme Court ebuso afasem kaya eye mrahye a ono enegina homa eye akwatia honorable Ernest Kumi nesem ekopiem e wo High Court e ma afi High Court no ekowi ase no omo hye papa yi se contempt of court ache no e ka ho bi amampanyifo a edi MPP amonyeko nanim edi kopiem e wo Supreme Court sense ma ekopiem e wo High Court no omo hye na omo nka ne nei abra High Court etena ase no asema ekopiem e wo Supreme Court e ma contempt ebemu etia mrahye a ogina homa akwatia no ene Supreme Court abatu agu ahye se asem no omo atwe asinchen contempt no omo atwe asinchen afei pia mpanyina ote asem so e wo High Court ya nanka obehwe na contempt asemi afa yera eneskumi omo atwe ne se onhwe no ntwe ne ho every asem no kopem se asem e de abedan Supreme Court no mpanyifo behwe na omo kan wie.
Case in two parts. There was one on contempt, which through the applicant, Honorable Ernest Kumi, filed a certiorari application to have the contempt and the conviction by the Koforidua Court quashed. You remember that, right? So, by decision of 4-1 today, the Supreme Court has agreed with Counsel Nimakun and said that the contempt application, its hearing, and the subsequent conviction on it all has been quashed. So as we speak right now, Honorable Ernest Yakumi remains the MP, the elected and valid MP of the good people of Akwatia. Thank you. And on the second issue was the matter of the petition itself. On that, the court said that the judge, the learned trial high court judge in Koforidua, can no longer sit on that matter because his conduct has shown that he should not be allowed to continue sitting on the matter. So even though we may go back to Koforidua, but he won't be the judge to sit on the substantive matter. Thank you. But our main contention at the Supreme Court was that the contempt, its hearing, it's the conviction subsequent to the contempt, the sentencing. If you remember, there were even attempts to have Ernest Kumi arrested, Honorable MP. All has been quashed by the Supreme Court. So as we speak right now, Honorable Ernest Yakumi remains the MP of the good people of Akwatia. The bench warrant was stayed by the Supreme Court to abide the ruling today. So as at now, at the ruling of the Supreme Court today, no bench warrant exists. So everything has been quashed. He's a free man. He will continue his good work as an MP.
But the question is what their decision is. Essentially, it appears what they told us that they do not agree with the learned trial judge on the way he handled the contempt matter by a majority decision. And so we do not know the reasons behind it. We await what the Supreme Court, the analysis they made with regards to that, and then we will take it from there. But essentially, the decision they have given us, it is clear that they disagreed with what the learned trial judge did, essentially. The learned judge cannot proceed with the contempt, but the actual case is still subsisting. But the contempt application is what the court disagreed with by a majority decision. But the substantive matter, there is nothing that prohibits as far as we are concerned.
Yet wa kasieboyi eso waso for ya wahwa adehia wonsem so o my Ghana mu Harry na Idris na afi so penny kwanche for ya wada Ghana Education Service ano ne wo makwapro e wo centers ahodro bi a wo tro BECE nsore na yense ntwe ne Fred entry e to amane bone so e de amayen.
Today is an important milestone of your academic journey and your academic life. I want all of you to say something in your heart that I'm booking my place at the Free Senior High School beginning today. You can do it with confidence. You prepare for this day. Consider exam as a normal process. You are only to put your knowledge skills acquired over the period to test. So you should not look as if you did not prepare for this day. You did. With confidence, Be calm, be dedicated, be focused. Don't want to be the first to read the exam room. Make sure you read, you understand, you answer the question to the best of your ability. But more importantly, integrity. Any student engaged in any act of exam malpractice, you will lose your future and even your dignity as a person. You can succeed with honesty and have faith in your ability to succeed with honesty. You represent the future, the wealth, and the health of our country. Today marks a good beginning for you to secure that future. We are very confident you all make it, and we trust you all will make it. Be confident and be focused and calm. Best wishes and the best in the BECE exams. I'm told that about 603,000 students across the country are participating in this very important exercise. We wish you all well. We wish you all the best.
First Deputy our Bank of Ghana Governor Dr. Zakaria Mumuni and wakasa achim say Central Bank no e de nyoma egu akwam anasom de nyoma egu akwam say the be betimi aboa ama collateral registry eno our Bank of Ghana no omoni omoye no e betimi akoyi say the be betimi aboa ama Ghana yesikasem etimi ejina ne naso.
In the next chapter, innovation and collaboration will be key. As we look ahead, our vision for the registry is ambitious. We are investing in advanced technologies, including artificial intelligence, to enhance the system's efficiency, security, and user experience. We are also undertaking policy and regulatory reforms to ensure the legal framework remains agile and responsive to the evolving credit landscape. Furthermore, we will deepen partnerships with institutions such as the Driver and Vehicle Licensing Authority, DVLA, the Office of the Registrar of Companies, Lands Commission, the International Finance Corporation, and the Swiss State Secretariat for Economic Affairs, SECO. These collaborations will introduce global best practices and technical support to drive further impact. As we mark this 15th year milestone, let us recommit to the future, a future where access to credit is not a privilege, but a pathway to opportunity for every farmer, every innovator. Let us continue to build a system that works for Ghanaians, a system that is resilient, inclusive, and empowering.
We will intensify our outreach, particularly to rural and underserved communities, and continue to work closely with financial institutions to expand the coverage of the services of the collateral registry. The next chapter of this journey calls for more resilience, creativity, and above all, a shared purpose to build a more inclusive and thriving Ghanaian economy. We have laid a strong foundation, and we are well positioned to continue playing a crucial role in fostering financial inclusion, promoting economic growth, and empowering Ghanaian entrepreneurs for many years to come.
But as we celebrate these achievements, let's also look ahead. The next 5 years are crucial in deepening and expanding the registry. Financial landscape is evolving rapidly, and the collateral registry has an opportunity to adopt and meet these new challenges. This includes embracing digital innovations, expanding outreach to underserved communities, and strengthening partnerships across the financial sector. We at IFC remain committed to this agenda. In Ghana, over the past decade, we've invested over $2 billion, and then over the coming decade, I think it'll be several $1 billion more. And this is across a range of sectors, but particularly the financial sector. And with this, as importantly, is our advisory work, our technical assistance that helps promote additional financing for here in Ghana.
Yet to akase boy so de di chemo kumase wasantema amane boy yensa kan sa adesua for be say 120,000 esi nkonya BECE nsore ne ne wo mo etro bie.
Ghana nyina emofra ewie junior high school no ahyase etro BECE in sohwe no jumbusumi de toso dubaako na wo ba santimantem ha enkwada empim oha aduonu ahanu aduowotwenum na etro nsohwe no emu empim aduosia ahanu aduowotwensia eyema na emu empim aduonum nkono ahankono aduokono eye emema miaya wo twro no eye sentence no eye ahanan aduasa emienu na ebran samtrofo ekwa pro bran kwada ya hye nsohwe ase a krata wodi kan atwro eye social studies and computing no na ya de kwada dodo na wonu mani abre ya woguso na UTV samtrofo ebo a pro bra wone kwankyerefo pen na ohwe ngomasuan sam so Kumasi Metro ene afe meya owo Kumasi Honorable Richard Ofori Ajiman ena ekwa pro no wo kyerɛ sɛ miaya okoye nyina no na nkwada no aye krado ya wo twro UTV samtrofo ne Metro Director Ekasai
Obam Kumasi Metro ha nkwada etro nso hwe nyina ye 9846 Ore to last year den ho akosoro be 5.8 nkwada be 572 ena be ka ho which is very good ye hwe ma ne mema femu a emma ewo mu eye 5153 Ode ko percentages a ye be ka say 52% ena mema ewo mu ye 4693 I no see 48%. Na centers higher examinations 35 and ewo Kumasi Metro ha. Isenia money anantino. Yako Pukuare, Yako Adventist Senior High School, Yako Asantimai and Yabase Wenyako. Oko Anglican Senior High School Ebioho. Into all over Masina your centers are spread around. Prisons so your JHS Reformation JHS and Kwalanum and I register more HOBC. Ntini nyina so ye boa wo mo se be ya motumi a cho so be enti so far de obo Kumasi Metro ha so hwe no bisu a ekoso kama boni bia ensi ha
UTV samtrofo ni Kumasi Mayor Honorable Richard Ofori Ajiman ena afe asokwa MCE Honorable Amo Kamel Ekasai
so far ya schools be 30 emu yenwie aha se nkwa omo ha omo exams na 1002 nti ye bompa ye se bibia nkosa de ye hwehwe no aha na ya tse ene da akwara baako ne ho dodo no nti ne kwaya resabia ena aha nso baako fi resabia aba ne bompa ye se ba de be so munya yare no matimi abeka omunya no me ko boase no na ye hyehyɛ schools a ewo Ghana ha district no mu defense na ye boase te me na sasa te bomba ze ni mechi Kumasi na eno so Kumasi so ba me wa he na nke hyehyɛ schools adi district adi kan wo exams man na ba kuma wo gidi se ba Kumasi
before so much exams as my wishing kola no good luck yenim say parents aboka won kola no ho teacher for ne headmaster for so mo chen kola no ho ade mo so aya ade prepare kola no na me call around so the war mo answer questions na me gidi say o metimi a pass bebre was ko ha and then no hwe mo a municipal ne de aboa kola no paya ye boni say exams yo mo hwe o mbenya the best of luck eboama bibia wo yeye na me gidi say teacher for achiro mo no eno ana mo chro
Ewon Krodia mo ase no mofra etro BECE in sohwe no 5784 ensemu nyina beto dwa abra aban crash penyo won kran ase eye Accra Mayor Honorable Michael ni Kpakpo Alote ebo apro ehwe miaya ye mofra etro sohwe.
I'm praying that God will see them through and they will not disappoint me by achieving 100%. You heard me promising them that if they achieve 100%, I'll try within my capacity of the mayor to get them scholarships. We see there's a lot of security around, and I've spoken to the children that I beg them, they shouldn't listen to any Apple. Apple will not help you. And all my life, I don't listen to what people don't have and they say. The Apple, you don't know what will happen, what you're going to write, you don't know what is in the paper. So listen to your friend, listen to your neighbor that I have an Apple. I've gone to all the schools I've gone to. I beg them. You know, sometimes when we don't understand this, when you beg someone to do something, it's easily listens to you. So I've begged them. They shouldn't listen to Apple. So I don't think we'll have any problem with this Apple issue.
5,784 candidates are writing Accra Metro. In that we have 2,363 boys Then the girls are 3,421. I was able to go around all the 53 schools. And I've spoken to the student one-on-one. And I told them that getting a poll will not help them, because this time what WAEC is doing is that Center A, their questions are different from Center B. So if you think that you have gotten the question first and you send to someone, then you are misleading that person. Secondly, in the same classroom, your question 1 will be different from the next person's question 1. So I told them already that they should not venture.
Yet work as a boy so at the need shame where my gun and rush shebe if you now banana betoja, as said maintain one second trinity nam so, and my ranking member at the Mabedu Koya, one show my gun upon what they want some so. Yera doctor Nana, are you a free and I'm penny for church and your tibiano? I so chia bedu queen manshano or quaco pimo honum. Nanso and edu chamihene, Edna Temu at the to just one my hokai, Emma Sadian Emma so.
You recall during proceedings yesterday, the honorable member for BECE Asukore, Honorable Dr. Nana Ayu Afriye, signaled his intention to make a statement which he characterized as being of urgent public importance. At the time, the First Deputy Speaker was in the chair and sitting was underway. It bears noting that under the rules and the practice of this House, statements intended to be made on the floor are submitted in advance and previewed by the Speaker. From the information leaders gave me, they had discussed this matter, but the statement got to the First Deputy Speaker whilst he was seated at his seat in the chamber. And whilst he was trying to read it, I called upon him to take over the chair. So he did not actually go through it, and he did not admit it. So the statement was not admitted. Accordingly, no such statement could lawfully be made on the floor. But I will just say this, that Shakespeare taught all of us that even a dog is obeyed in office. When we sit here, we are not saints, we are not infallible, but there's good reason why we are called right honorable, and you are called only honorable. I want honorable members to take this in good faith. I know in the light of these events and in defense of the institutional integrity of Parliament, I refer to the conduct of the honorable member or BECE Asukore. This is not a matter to be referred to any committee. It's a matter that I've discussed with leadership, and we've agreed that it should be resolved. And we will resolve it here openly for all of us to be guided so that in future we don't fall foul to these rules.
Twakase wonu so na ekopiem ewo ahafo mantem muhwidiem eho ena nei mofra agepene so mbetro BECE nsohwe no 12,572 emu 6,309 emema ena afi emu 6,263 ma
Edikan municipal asetifi South District 2025 BECE no mesha sedi agu akwan mu sede be ya eye apo emma na bibia be kofom pa ni se yene invigilators na kasa yene supervisors na kasa yene teachers akasa ne heads akasa ana director akọ radio so any parents share parents stakeholders and makasa afa exams ne ho so bia enkura no timi de oma ho odin ɛtwerɛ a ɛbɛbɔ ɔman no daakye saa kwan no so ne obiara fa cheap way to succeed a yɛyɛ na ebenya fake doctors, fake teachers, fake nurses, and it's going to affect the nation development. Nti enu obiara kasa a obiara bɛ comfort ne ho ama exams no awie ɛbɛwie successful a problem bia ɛma yɛwɔ deficit ɛyɛ nkora a ɛbɛtwerɛ ɛyɛ 1412 mmarima ɛyɛ 694 ɛna mmaa ɛyɛ 718 na kyerɛ sɛ mmaa no ɔmabɔ mmɔden paa mmaa no education cost wo de compare na hwɛ gender parity na ɛsɛ mmaa no ɛkɔ nkan nti na ɛsɛ district mu ha no mmaa disua ɛkɔ nkan paa na ɛbɛboa yɛn center ha yɛ gyina sɛsi ɛyɛ attention center ne deɛ yinya records bia ɛna district ne yinya records bia na emom sɛ exams ne ba yinya obiara so obiara anyam na emom sɛ start exams ya yɛbɛkɔ rounds no ɛno na yehu because ubusa obiara mpɛ sɛ ɔka kyerɛ sɛ bia we nyim ana sɛ we nyim na emom ba exams ya start ne a director ɛne ne mpanyifo ɛne stakeholders DC mu kɔ no na yɛgye saa records no me say by the end of the exams no na saa records no nyina yehu ahu wɔn ma ɔmo ho adane ana ɔmo afa afuru
ɛne ɛda na nka school for no twɛn so hɛ ma mi twa na mo se me kwakɔ hɛ ɔmo dwumadie no me kɔ na mani agye first ne sɛ nkwa na kɔ school a ɛkɔ nso hɛ saa no a mo kɔ bi buta bag no buta books no buta way ba na ko ma hu saa de ni obi akuta mathematical set na ne pen no ko ma kyerɛ sɛ nsisan aba ɛwɔ ne nso hɛ na mo kwakɔ ni mo last plan so mo twɛ a ya no bɛsa no mo hyia na ya kasa kyerɛ mo baba nsa na obi anu so obi school to ko wiase ba so ko wiase so ɛsɛ kasa kyerɛ ɛsɛ obi school na ko fa wiase abɔ ɛsɛ o hɛ sɛ obɛtena fie na bɛbɔ awofo no na yakɔ ba na results no ba na wonya ba biafa ye hye mu no hɛ sɛ sɛn kwa no results no ba ebi an obi ho na o need no ni hwɛ kra ɛsɛ hɛ sɛ ebetuma boa san kra no mo tima to aso sɛ o mo papa so mo to aso dia me as this you know ebi gyan na so nya hwɛ san kra no am mo tima ko school
ye dina we so no ya no nso ye ba nsam aka ebeto aso de amamo Yes, I'm a manyana kwaba bium ediba kasia bopono. So ya pem so de ani achem wo poemantamo. Abanem sini wo so hum mensimo. Eye Sarah hene wa fasi aba beto dwase nedue wakwa apro wo centers ahodo bia wotro BECE zore. Na wagina so de afuto ano odene e de akọ de ama adesuafo yi.
Exams this timing omo nyina eye 2515 and both private and public schools. Na emma this time no omo bro so ba kope na omo ye 1258 emma and na emma 1257. Nti who's the difference in just one. We are praying say man no bebre na ebe join it next time na yenya ma bebre our system. Me nye bias there, but we want to encourage the girls to go to school. We are hoping say senior yeni omakasa. In fact, we met them. Na yeni omodi nkomo bebre nkora no ne teachers ne heads ne omo maame no money ade yeni omodi nkomo bebre. Me gidi say senior yeni onkora na akasa ya cancel wo. In fact, yeah, if we may no nyina besi June na mo dia start yeni omo last week anyway, last week Friday anyway in the group meetings with them, the various groups. Intino ejidi say say yeni omo kasa na ya kire omo say de omo answer questions na ade no ehu bi eni ho. Anapa so mi hia wo mo no me hu say bebre na so relaxed unlike previous years na hu na nkwara no we kutu ho we I say hu adoko. This time no it looks better.
Anapa make rounds na ma hwe say BECE examination omo chon bibia yo okay na me call ye nso bibia yo okay. Distribution of shading papers ni answer booklet ni omo de amawo. Me who say enkorana are prepared to write the exams. And until so far there so who municipality nim there BECE exams are ye kwa akotro no bibia ekoso boko bibia ekoso di enkorana so hu won ho kaka na hu say oma ye ready to write the exams. Answer na ba betro BECE exams no education sector no enemy nyina education ema enkora ni nyina awofo ewo so hu municipality nim ya san etu nkora ne fo se krampo no ne makra ayemre enti ne ehia won ane se ne omasua no mokwa akotena ho ayeden atro me wogidie se emofo wo so hu ha de wongu ye ni mase because ye ne won aka say ye pa yama won tete answer na omoba be sete on this examination ye san fra awofo ne de ma won tete say aponi tu no insusuan so bebre wo so because omutwa paper ma otena fie so many years answer na wati me cry den akotra answer na wati me anya school enti me wogidie say futu ayede ama awofo ene mofra no saa ne ma we bi nkoso e wosu ha sei me wogidie pa wo ho.
NDC aban e won to abom e she Ghana for bo se Ghana for yo madom na mo to aba e mo a mbehwe ama mo de eye nkukon kitenkete aba se de be nei mabunu dodo na betimi de omo agi kuayom na nei aban enam na so ya ehwe agriculture honsem ene CR so ya ehwe emoanso honsem afa kwan so se ombetimi ahwe atete mabunu empim du e wo Ghana man edunsia ni nyina 16 regions ni nyina mu se de be a ene mabunu dodo na ebetimi de omho agi kuayom na ne na ban ene CS ampanyfo eda sadwumadi edi.
President aka poultry farm to the table ene akoko nkete ho assemble na obeka state of the nation's address any day na launch feed Ghana no president to just say yeni so ade hunu afi ni say ye betimi produce 4 million broilers under the poultry farm to the table. Ye de be ma commercial farmers womo be grow sa mwe na akoko nkete de nso sa no ye ma 55,000 households sa nkoko no but wo mo nkoko no na wa mo capacity womo de be hwe nkoko no anka ho na je say wa anye hwe eti sa training program ya ye be ye ne animal research ene fidikofo ebe ye ni so ade hunu ne say be training about 20,000 young people and women in the next 4 years but first phase no afi ne yɛhyɛ aseɛ akɔ wie next year yɛhwɛ 10,000 youth a yɛbɛtwe ne ɔmo ɛwɔ saa nkokɔ yɛn ne mmoa yɛn na several investors aba in na wɔn ebi mu AC processing plants wɔn sɛ nkokɔ in particular no yɛ Ghana yɛ nkokɔ nam no consumption pattern asesa acquire more poultry products instead of poultry ntino enye akukọ full one yepe akukọ nan akukọ sere akukọ ntaban eti na no nso no benya no nsa na je se u process no at the large scale say there be yi parts no omo epe akukọ nan akukọ nsa akukọ mrebo gizzard ne nasefo no you can be able to feed all that market and you need processing to do that, and so that's what government is looking at investing into.
Medianka abandi asho munsa tete woso nkomo ye no eno ne yapa ho ntoma enne nyame adom his excellency so de nano abinu mu say opeso oye nkokon ketenkete ya som twetwe a developmental agenda and waseti we nye political jargon a developmental agenda and I waseti tien at fidiko ye believe says our developmental agenda no e was ye pushy man cut down to the grassroots level tintetie we ni they cut down to the district level and making sure say district assembly be any bedins also ahwe say emebu no e was a particular jurisdiction omu nyina be kom ho abom aditwetwe aba ami amomo sa antete no menka say people say ye je this amount but ya je abro so ye 800 Ghana cedis. That is what we are working with for now. 800 Ghana cedis per person.
Intine say aban de sade ya dwumede ya bay ade aye training ne dada intine se sia na oba be so ye mu na ya ye no kese no ebe boa
adwuma bi eni hono ma esen kokɔ adwuma but ebu na bo mfia because ya adwen ye ne se ehiafo adwuma tete no da ko farms a wahu no baby a no munyom sika free nkokom but no mu nka because obi a nkyere baby a the sika free but metima ka se no hu hye nkokɔ adwuma ma wo adwuma mu for more than 15 years and now come social media platforms are how I me promote animal farming me animal consultant me boa my young people how person ko nkokɔ adwuma person musu nkokɔ adwuma especially my employ over 110 people are me training one program way ebe boa ama obi a onya that opportunity na mimi nya ya me de kire nkrofo nkokɔ adwuma no program way o sign it up ubenya advantage.
Yet to akasi boy so aye de ne kyerem won krapompone mantemo emra shebedwani ya wogina ho de madehia wo amasama na bato empesua so saso na ban nem sini e wo ga west mensim ne dua ka bomma centers ahodo bi a wo twro BECE nsore wo mo akwapro no wo magina so to adesuafo ne fo se approach de emwa wo mo abrabo
we akoye the first external exams are almost sure nti enim se ebi mu wo ho a tension kakra be da omoso ebi mu ewo ho a omusuro because omunya ebi da nti ekọ ho se ye ne omo kwa akokasa na ya encourage omo na ya ma omo motivation say the exams they are going to write is just like normal exams na ya so omo tro class ne asesa peni se feni no nti say you every school awko na ye dey wa babu for say tro exams enye bibia ese usuro and yama mo atia say policemen and vigilators now omo ehu o class hono they are not there to put fear in them omo gina ho say omo beboa say wo hia bibia o ma unsa so a omo na omba beboa so far there me hu bibi sa and direct and son car hwenkyere me most of the time no say onyemimpo a ebia na it's not nyinsan a ebe show so for now there yenya reports biasa and I want to believe strongly say we will not get some gradually young ones are beginning to understand the benefits of education in TP are interested to continue.
One way or the other, we've been here before, we've been children before, and now almost exams yen as an assembly or me as a municipal chief executive, I find it's very important to be here because most of these children will share this is the first time I almost throw exams like this. They've not written an external exams of this sort. You say teacher for no I dear municipal education director no. You no tabon come me personally. Me no bon come up our champ preparation. So my mock bibia. You say they are ready for it. But the exposure no. So much exams so police and general vigilators, general external vigilators no. Sometimes omu here yen say ye be ma morale, ye be boost morale kakra. Send a be omu chra ombetimi akoma befi. Nti anope me together with the municipal director of education, member of parliament, and myself, you call round and you need call early in the morning, and the energy, say, we can say, like, calm me down, and it was good we came. So the idea is basically to motivate them so that they will become and just concentrate and write the exams.
And remember, Paul said, Pep students and I may come for a amount Pep student, your hairbar, your chaco, and then more frangina, Paul Mosea, I fita, Pep student, and Kakawa was saying Sibiano, so the Pep student, a Paul said, a be ama onum adaho, ama onuma tamo onum so etimi ayham, and they also to me estre winipem, now sebe fair, no etimi asrea. May come for Pep student at the amount. Nina and more Friday and paying for the Nina the pulse here. Bit me up what MNA was saying no iron nam. Now say etinam no so etimi iron then now etimi at the aboka same. A better Pep student as it. So my so asene nano say akase about at the abesumo. Yana sumo numeri AMA Kwame Owusu edu mene.
Oh hine wa kase ebo hine numeri yadam nyina ase amamo ene share.